about Joshua Kimmich. Now, Kimmich's name consistently at the moment is getting linked with Premier League clubs. You know, it's not only Liverpool. Yeah, again, Arsenal have been spoken about. I think even Chelsea as well have also been spoken about when it comes to Joshua Kimmich. Anyway, but there was a bit of news around Joshua Kimmich that I wanted to share you guys of this. Obviously, it is coming from Anfield Sector, saying that Joshua Kimmich was offered to Liverpool, but the club rejected him. It is coming from George Heilsler, I think it is. Apologies for any pronunciation that I do get wrong. But yeah, it did come from him. Obviously, he's a reporter from Kicker, and again, is linked to of course, Bayern Munich as well, obviously, with the likes of Florian Plintenberg and, of course, Christian Falk. But again, you know, Joshua Kimmich has been one of these players that's consistently been linked to Liverpool over the last two summers, I would say. Of course, now, on the face of it, again, top player for Bayern Munich. He's been a very good player for Bayern Munich. But if you guys are regular on the channel, for me, I've never wanted Joshua Kimmich at Liverpool. And again, you know, you guys will know, if you're long-time viewers, how much I love Thiago Alcantara. And people go, oh, well, Kimmich is, you know, it'd be a better signing for Liverpool than Joshua Kimmich. You know, Joshua Kimmich would be a better signing than Thiago. And in many ways, yeah, sure, people might be right. Again, can play in a number of positions. Of course, can play as a six, can play as a right back. Obviously, this season, has played more of a right back at Bayern Munich. But I feel like Joshua Kimmich has been on the decline for a massive amount of time. And when you've watched a few Bayern Munich games, you know, I've watched Bayern Munich a couple of times, obviously last season at the Bundesliga, and watching them, you know, even this season a little bit, and even a bit before that as well, certainly in the Champions League and the Bundesliga. It feels like Joshua Kimmich is losing a step or two. And again, that's a little bit, I think, down to obviously the consistent playing time. You know, Joshua Kimmich's injury history is very, very good when you actually look at it, and you actually compare it around to other players in Europe that have played similar minutes. Again, his injury record is outstanding when you actually look at it. And I think, you know, again, in terms of like actual injuries, he hasn't really had any over the last 4, 5, 6 years. It's all been like viruses or cold, and for example, as well. But for me, I just don't know. I personally wouldn't want Joshua Kimmich at Liverpool. I wouldn't personally. I do think, for me, I would definitely. I definitely wouldn't want him at Liverpool. And again, I might be in the wrong. And again, if the club feel like, again, Joshua Kimmich is the right player, then again, I'd 100% stand with the football club. But in my personal opinion, I wouldn't want Joshua Kimmich because there has been a decline there. You know, he's moved from the six back to right back, which again is not usually a good sign. But again, the wage demand as well is a huge problem, I feel, because, you know, supposedly Liverpool are having a little bit of problems in terms of, you know, again, could potentially have problems, I should say, in terms of, again, Van Dijk, Salah, Trent contracts. Again, the rumours are at the minute that Kimmich could be on, or could ask for 350 grand a week, which in the Premier League, he's absolutely not getting that. You know, I think at the moment at Bayern Munich, I think he gets around 310 million euros a week, which again, I say million, not 310 million, 310,000 euros a week, which again is about what, 280 million pounds, I think it is at the moment. Again, he's not getting that at Liverpool. Absolutely not getting that at Liverpool, for sure. And look, I know obviously Arsenal have been linked. I know Chelsea have also been linked as well. Could that intertwine one another? Again, Arsenal will want replacements, of course, in the summer because they're supposedly losing Thomas Partey, they're losing Zinchenko, they're losing, you know, versatile players. So they'll be looking around for a similar player like Joshua Kimmich. But if, you know, if you're talking above £200,000 per week, again, you can have him because, of course, he is on a free transfer in the summer. But again, I don't want to be paying over 200k a week for a 30-year-old Joshua Kimmich. No, And Joshua Kimmich, who I think is declining. But again, the football club might disagree. Arne Slot may disagree. Of course, he may want a Joshua Kimmich at the club and want that type of player at the football team, the football club. Sorry, but again, I don't. I think you can get better for, again, age, quality at the moment, of course, as well. Because again, Kimmich back 4 or 5 years ago, yeah, 100%. I would have loved Liverpool to have signed Joshua Kimmich. But over the last 2 or 3 seasons, you've seen the slow decline of him. And again, that's not his fault. Again, the amount of football he's played over the last, 3, 4, 5 years, it's been unbelievable. You look at Andy Robertson. Robbo has played an unbelievable amount of football, where now you're starting to see the decline, really, of Andy Robbo. And again, that's not really his fault. It's just because of the amount of football he's played as well, which is a shame, realistically. But again, let me know your guys' thoughts in the comments down below as well. Anyway.